Backlog.
I don't know why I gotta set it up so I could hear it. Hey guys, Backlog, everybody.
It's Backlog time. Backlog is a segment of the Wulff Den podcast where we go through our entire video game collection of 983 games. Bob's got to add a Switch 2 games, but as of right now, it's 983 games, and we got to pick one at random and talk about it, regardless of whether or not we've played it.
825 is what you're pulling.
825, and that brings us to Dead Rising for Xbox 360.
Okay, I
Dead
definitely
Rising,
did not
the
play this at
original.
all.
I do not like this game.
Really?
I saying this in the camera. Yes, and I am mad at all the video games journalists who said that this was a good game, one of the best games on the Xbox 360. It is not. You are liars. I hate you.
So how long after the game came out did you play it?
It was before Dead Rising 2 came out. I know that.
So that's not that long.
Not that long. Those of you who don't know, Dead Rising, the original, was released around the launch of the Xbox 360. It's a Capcom game. You play as Frank West, journalist. He's been to wars, you know. He's trapped in a mall with a bunch of other survivors. It's infested with zombies, and he has 3 days to basically survive, complete tasks, and get out of the mall. I found the game, the big gimmick of the game is that it's just a lot of zombies on screen at once, and you find all these interesting and creative ways to like take out the zombies. You see on screen, you get the Mega Man Buster Cannon.
He's using this pretty early in the game. I thought this was like an Easter egg.
Well, the thing about Dead Rising is that it loops. So like the 3 days and then the game's over, but then you go back and you do the whole thing again.
Okay, so is it like a roguelike?
Kinda. You know, because like there's definitely tasks that you cannot complete on your first run. Okay. Mostly because the companion AI is dog shit. Okay. Like they don't cooperate, they don't listen. They get stuck behind walls. They get stuck within, you know, the world geometry. They walk right into the zombie hordes when you're trying to like get them as far away as possible. That's like the biggest frustration. Another frustration is, you know, they put things on opposite ends of the map, but you got like a limited window to complete them. So like you got to choose, do you do this or do you do that? And then when you go back and play it again, you still got to like choose which one to do. And like to 100%, you got to do both at the same time. Was one character, Otis, who calls you on the walkie-talkie all the time. And when you talk to him on the walkie-talkie, we talk to anybody on the walkie-talkie, you basically tiptoe because you're trying to listen to him.
You can't do two things at once.
You can't do two things at once. And the worst part about it is when you walk through a door talking to Otis, he'll call you back and yell at you for hanging up. And then you got to like start tiptoeing again. And that's really frustrating when you tiptoe into a room infested with zombies.
I was watching this guy's gameplay and it looked like he was bad at the game, but maybe that's just how the game is.
Yeah, no, the game's, it's unintuitive, it's clunky, it's, you know, I don't understand why this got so much attention at launch when it came out. I'm guessing maybe just because the amount of zombies on screen was really impressive at the time, but it just like nothing about it appealed to me. The boss battles were kind of fun. There were some fun boss battles with some like really like out there characters and stuff. But like other than that, like kind of just like, believe it or not, at the time I just wanted them to put out Resident Evil 5. You know, so because that would have been the zombie game I would have wanted on 360.
It has an 85 on Metacritic, which is pretty decent. Yeah. I think what made this such a cultural success was the story. People seem to really like the characters and the silliness of it.
Yeah. No, people really took to Frank West specifically, so much so that when he came back and did Rising 4, people like lost their minds. They made a version of Dead Rising 2 specifically with Frank West in it because he was not the original main character of that game.
Isn't this just a movie? What movie is this? This is just the
Well,
plot of a movie.
that's another thing too. Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn
That's
of the
yeah,
Dead, greatest zombie movie of all time, famously takes place in a mall
yeah.
infested with zombies. They had to put on the box of Dead Rising, not affiliated with George A. Romero or the movie Dawn of the Dead. So,
That's the
yeah,
first thing I think of when I see this.
yeah, I think that's the first thing a lot of people thought of when they saw it. And this is like, I think 2 years after the Zack Snyder remake. So, Dawn of the Dead was like fresh in everybody's mind.
Hmm.
So, and now a video game that essentially lets you play out that scenario, sign me up. Um, Edward Bova in the chats, wasn't there a prequel on the Wii? No, that wasn't a prequel. That was the whole game. They ported the game to Wii. I forgot what the subtitle was, but the conceit was there were less zombies on screen. Um, but to
That
an
must
extent,
make the game a lot easier.
it made the game easier, and it implemented Resident Evil 4 style aiming controls for the pistols. So that made aiming a lot easier. It basically made the game easier,
Oh wow.
probably less frustrating. So play the Wii version if you must. They recently remastered it. It's called Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered DRDR. I don't know how much better or worse that is compared to the original game. I all I know is I feel like a fool because, like you showed, 85 on Metacritic. It got good reviews. People were saying it was a great game. Then I come along and my dumbass plays it. I'm like, no, this isn't. This isn't good. Like this is a dumb, clunky mess. I didn't make it through like my first playthrough initially because I was
The
just getting so frustrated with it.
so the Wii version is called Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop,
Yeah.
and it has a 61. That is so
Ag-
much worse.
Again, probably because reviewers like to do things where like because it's missing a feature instantly, that means it's like a significantly worse experience
I mean, it is a pared
because
down version of the game.
right, but it's a pared down version that quite honestly makes the game a little bit more playable.
I mean, if the main draw to this game was how many zombies are on screen, they're removing that. So if that's probably the thing that reviewers were most excited about, and
Right.
now that's gone. So I understand. I mean, at the time, that was a big deal having a lot of NPCs on screen.
Yeah.
Now we don't care that we've had games with so many more than that.
Yeah.
I never
So
played it. I think because you hated it so much.
yeah,
I
I
think
genuinely
you
did
got
not.
it, you played it, and it didn't even look that good to me anyway. So
No.
you playing it and then being like, "This game sucks," I was like, "I'm not even gonna bother."
Yeah. I do not like this game. I would not recommend this game. Allegedly, 2 and 3 are very good. Um, allegedly, like this is one of those things where like the first one just turned me off entirely, so I have no desire to go back like try it in the other ones. Um, but maybe you'll have better luck with them. So yeah, that's it. That's my opinion of Dead Rising for the 360. Uh, look, Frank West is cool, and like the boss characters were kind of fun. I like the one guy who just screams, "This is my star!" He was funny, but yeah, no, sorry, but no, that's a no for me, dog.
Thanks for watching the Backlog, everybody. We're gonna keep doing our podcast.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
bye.